Hey Aries, it is time for your general love reading for September 15th to the 30th, 2017. I'm doing the readings a little different for the love readings. I have these oracle cards that I got for personal readings. If you would like one, my information is in the About section. Just email me. And thank you for all of your likes and subscribes and comments. I love the comments. They're awesome. And thank you for all the personal readings too, because this is something that I really enjoy doing, and helping with guidance with people that feel like they have kind of lost a part of themselves that they really need to find out. So I just love it. I love what I'm doing. And, you know, even when we get messages from Spirit that aren't so fantastic messages, I have to shuffle those into piles because my hands are small. So when we get, even if we get messages that aren't like the best messages, it's still kind of like an awakening, like a thought. And sometimes you don't quite get it until you get it, you know? It's almost like you're in your head too much when you get a message, and then you realize later on that it was something totally different, you know? Because you were in your head and you forced it to be one way. So general reading, don't force it. If it resonates with you, awesome. If it doesn't, check your moon and rising. I'm only doing sun, moon, and rising. I'm not working with the Venus. So I don't want you to push the information if this is your Venus sign. It may come out as your Venus sign, but I just don't want you to like try to apply it to your life if it doesn't work. So, okay. All right. So we left September we left the general reading for September with taking back your control, and just the fact that now is the time, like it's your time, you know, like take back your control, take back the control of yourself, you know, don't control the situation, control what you have inside of you. And that's it. That's all you can do. Right. Control. Oh, Spirit is so amusing sometimes. I love the sense of humor. Well-deserved reward. Awesome. Rest and reconsider. And heal. Beautiful cards. I love that control came out. That tickles me. My spirit guides have terrible senses of humor. Like, just terrible. They're obnoxious sometimes. And they like tell me things with songs. All right. So control. We try to control situations. What happens? It usually doesn't work out in our favor because other people kind of see it as a manipulation. Even if that's not how you wanted it to come out, it's still kind of like they feel like you are controlling them, you know? So what is it do we need to control? Control ourselves. We need to control our emotions, our anger. We need to control the inner self, the guides that bring us to our truth and the path that we need to lead, and not try to control other people's paths, right? You got to let them figure that out on their own. So we have the 5 of Swords. This could be a deception. You could feel like you were deceived. You could feel like somebody stole from you, stole your power, stole your control, right? But sometimes when we control so much, we're actually deceiving ourselves. It's not real, it's an illusion. So you could be being deceptive to yourself and thinking that by controlling the situation that you are in, it'll work in your favor, right? So let's give it up. Give up the control. Give it to the divine. They'll take care of it. They just want what's best for you. So what is the well-deserved reward? 5 of Wands. Bickering. So you feel like you are not being recognized for all of your efforts. You feel like you've been deceived. So there are arguments. And these aren't big arguments. This is like petty fighting. The deception that lies within you can bring out the worst, right? But maybe if you gave this control up, you won't be fighting the situation anymore. You'll get the reward. You'll get what's just, what's true. So we're going to rest and reconsider things. We're going to look at stuff in a different light. We're going to be the hermit. This is the hermit card. They do have traditional meanings in the tarot deck. The doors in this apartment, when other people slam them, it's really loud. Oh, it happened again. It's just obnoxious. It's like, can you just like control the door before it shuts? So we're resting and what are we reconsidering? What is the rest all about? What are we thinking about that we need to not necessarily fix, not control? What do we want? What is it that we are looking for? And the healing card is right next to it. So this resting and reconsidering will heal you. What are you reconsidering? Do you have options? Do you have a path that you want to go, but you need to look at it in a different light? Do you not know the path that you want to go in? Sometimes when we feel we have been deceived, that our control has been taken away from us, you don't feel like you've received this reward. You know, all the fighting, the anger. I feel like you guys are blocking me. I'm not here to hurt your feelings. So what was the deception? Ah, there it is. Page of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. So in relationships, when you feel like your power has been taken away from you, you have to rest and reconsider the options. The Knight, it slows you down. The Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving action. This could be an earth sign in your life. So we have air, fire, earth, and water. All the elements. And you've kind of turned your back on this love. You're reconsidering the options that you do have. It's almost like this petty argument, this deception that you've felt. It's taken your control. You want to have the reward that you deserve. So if you're single and you're feeling like maybe somebody had deceived you in the past, and taken your control, you know you deserve this reward, right? Like we've talked about, taking back what is rightly yours. You deserve to have love. You deserve to have flirtatiousness. You deserve to have a renewal, but it's going very slow now because you've been hurt. You've been betrayed. So while we're healing, we rest and reconsider. And while we're healing from this hurt, this deception, and this is the Hanged Man. But the cool thing about the Oracle, that card wanted to come out and it fell. All right. Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is working for the fruits of your labor, waiting. It's almost kind of like an apprenticeship. Like you are in the beginning stages almost of this fruition that you've been growing. Again, another earth sign. So yeah, in this oracle deck, this hanged man, the chains have been broken. He's no longer in those chains, and he's seeing things in a different light, just like reconsidering everything that's going on, right? So you just want to work. You want to bury yourself in this work because you want to see the fruits of your labor, but you need to heal. Is that how you're going to, or you don't feel like you have enough to get out of this deception, this petty fighting, this turning your back on any kind of offer. I mean, like seriously, that page has turned his back on this knight. And this can be woman or man. It's general reading. So if you're in a marriage and you feel like you've been deceived, or a relationship, a stable relation, it looks like a stable relationship. This knight is kind of telling me, but you feel like you've lost the control of yourself. And I know Diet Coke's really bad for you. I don't want to hear it. I'm so addicted to it. Someday I'll get off the Diet Coke, I promise. So after all this fighting and bickering, you want to be recognized, right? So let's, you don't feel like you have enough to heal. This is what I'm seeing here. You don't feel like you have enough to heal. And you're turning your back on a love. You're considering turning your back on a love. Which makes sense. But maybe we don't need necessarily to do that. Maybe after the healing, we can work, right? So what is this control in Five of Swords? What is it? Nine of Pentacles. So do you kind of feel like, because the Nine of Pentacles is on the first card that we pulled, do you feel like you once had control over your fruition? You once had control over the life that, again, another earth sign. If there is an earth sign in your environment who is making you feel this way, I think that I said that in the general reading as well. She's very happy in this. So you once felt like you had fruition. You once felt abundant. And these really could be taking control of your thoughts of the deception that has happened. Or it could be that you are, because swords are knowledge, air sign. Swords are knowledge. They're thoughts. They're cutting thoughts, You're telling yourself this over and over and over again. I've been deceived, I've been deceived, I've been deceived. And your life, you feel like your abundance has been taken away. So, and you know, the only way that you are being represented here is in a bickering, petty state with the Five of Wands. So I really want to know what is the well-deserved reward that you want? What is it you feel like you have not been acknowledged? You're not getting the praise, you're not getting the accolations. It's like you're fighting over and I feel like it's with people. It's with someone. Because this is a group, you know, that are just, you know, and they're not battling. It's not a bloodlust thing. So you want to reap this reward, and you know that you deserve it. You know that the fighting is not worth losing the battle, because sometimes you have to lose the battle to win the battle. In relationships, you have to lose the battle to win the battle. If you have to leave a situation because you feel like you've been deceived in some way, that's a reward, because that is the universe telling you, this isn't right. This isn't right. I've been manipulated. I've been taken advantage of. Or you could be taking advantage of somebody else. I'm not putting Aries down. I didn't really want to say that. It just kind of came to me. So when things come to me, I say it. But even still, if you are in a situation where you feel like you have to be manipulative because there's deception and control, like you need to have your control back. So you feel like you're manipulating something. And it could go both ways. You both could be arguing and having petty fights. So what's the reward in that? What do we deserve? Blocking. You guys, I feel a lot of anger. I really do. I feel a lot of anger coming. And it's like a very quiet, there was a card popped out when I shuffled. Looky there. The Emperor. The Emperor is a person who controls their situation. This is the well-deserved reward. You take back your power. You are no longer fighting. You deserve to have the Emperor's status. And if you're a woman, you still deserve to have the Emperor's status. So, and I'm not necessarily saying to like leave your relationship. I'm saying to rest and reconsider. Look at what this possible earth sign has done. You feel like you can't give love. You feel like you can't get love, and so you are, again, the Hermit. Rest and reconsider. Could be a Virgo that you can't give love to, that you no longer want. So you want to turn away from it. You want to turn away from it with the Eight of Cups. This is also turning your back on emotions and looking at them with your intuition. I always see moons as intuition. Turning your back on something that hurt you and possibly looking in a different way. Again, if you feel deceived, is it possible, instead of completely, because not all these cups are tipped over. Is it possible to turn your back on a situation, rest and reconsider, look at things in a different light, use your intuition, and come back? And go very slow. You know, the Page of Cups is not a fast energy either. It's very fluid, but it is love. And if you feel like you are in a situation where your control has been taken and you are in petty arguments all the time, be the emperor. Don't, you know, and I just remember from your general reading that you feel like your abundance has been taken away. You feel like somebody has taken that abundance. Pentacles. 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 Yeah. Cups, cups, cups. You are only represented. So you are fighting. You are the only one that's fighting. And this is an action card. So fight for your reward. Fight for that. You know? Take your power back. Don't let, and you know, I mean, people can come to you and say, I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry you feel like I broke your heart and you had to turn your back on me. And they could really mean it. Or you don't get over it. So with the Eight of Pentacles, oh, I picked up the Emperor from over. I was like, why is there two Emperors? There's not. You have justice, balance after you heal. After you look at all the abundance. May not be everything, but you're working really hard to get it. Starting to see the fruits of your labor. You heal from this situation and then you feel balance. You feel like there's justice has been served. This could also mean marriage documents, divorce. I'm not saying people are getting divorced. I'm just saying that maybe if you're in a situation where things have been deceptive or you're deceiving yourself, to bring balance back to yourself, heal, 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 heal. And sometimes you have to turn your back on things and walk away to heal. You have to turn away love. Right? So, Aries, September. September is a month of you taking back your power. September is a month of walking away from deception. Whether that means healing in your marriage, in your relationship, to show that you need balance and you've been working so hard for that balance. And you don't feel like it's been justified. You don't feel like you've received your very well, of course, because you've been fighting. This is petty arguments. This is not huge, you know? So stop. Get your own well-deserved reward. I really hope by October you have realized what is really needed in your life. And if this Knight of Pentacles, if you're reconsidering accepting love from them, or if they have turned their back on you, it may not be a situation that you want to be in. If this Knight of Pentacles has deceived you and taken away your abundance, they have controlled you by this deception. They have made you fight and taken your emperor status that you so rightly deserve. Sure, rest and reconsider, heal. If you have to justify your actions because you've worked so hard, work hard on healing. So I hope in October we get to have a reading showing that you have healed, that you've taken that control back, that you have opened your mind to new possibilities, whether you're in a marriage, because sometimes that happens. Control's taken and you have to sit down and be like, I do not feel like I am reaping the rewards of this effort that we have put ourselves through. So heal it. Or if you need to heal yourself. Sometimes I feel like healing yourself first is better. So I think that there is going to be a lot of inner work for you, Aries. It looks like that's what it's been all month. But great, guys, seriously. I mean, I know it looks bad, but when you get to the part where you're justified at, and healing yourself, yay. And I will see you in October. Bye.